Terrible.
Well, howdy there, folks. Welcome to the last episode of Show Us Your TDs. And judging by the devilish grin on my face, a certain co-host failed to get the job done.
Woo!
Just like the Cowboys failed defeating Baby Yoda last weekend. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear from the man himself, the one they call Goobie. What it do, baby?
Living life to the fullest, I guess. I don't know. Fuck fantasy. Fuck my bench. Fuck it all.
Yeah. But you're doing all right otherwise?
I'm doing all right otherwise.
All right. Well, like eating Pringles, the fun doesn't stop there. We have also joined with us a man who is no stranger to pigeon poop because his team is mainly made from it. The leader of the Faith Plus One fan club, it's the one and only Bob Walker. What up, baby?
Oh, what it do, boys? What it do? Big week, big week. I don't know if I would have came on if Goobie won. I don't know.
I don't think I would have came on if Goobie won.
I don't think I would have come on if I won.
I guess we wouldn't have had a show, boys.
Yeah, that was it.
That's all she wrote.
I'd be spending my money somewhere. I don't know.
Well, you can't make it rain on hookers like you did last week on your credit card. So what would you do? What would you do if you had won that money, Goobie?
I don't know. I mean, are the casinos open or?
Nope.
Oh, well, then.
Officially.
Yeah, I moved straight to Welland, like 20 minutes from Niagara, and the casinos are been closed since I've been here. What a fucking shit show.
No, they were open in the summer because I was down there, but the lineup was ridiculous. So we said, fuck that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not doing a half capacity casino and waiting in line for a couple hours.
Yeah, that's what we had to do. It was a no bueno for us, so we just went and got drunk somewhere else, possibly on the street.
All right. Let's get into some fantasy though. Melky, do you want to do the honors of your team first? You want to just fuck mine out of the way?
I mean, do we want to have the fans in suspense of what happened and the actual result? No, don't. So Goobie, by all means, why don't you take the lead on this one?
All right. I lost, as most of you have already known.
He certainly did.
I lost in spectacular fashion, which is okay with me. Like I said, I'd rather lose close than, no, other way around. I'd rather lose big than. Anyways, 130 to 84. Yeah. I got destroyed, and reasons why you get destroyed is because Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown couldn't get past 6 fucking points. Come on. Seriously, the Titans were destroyed Miami, but nothing for AJ Brown. And I mean, I kind of saw this coming out of Justin Jefferson, but 5.8 points for him without Cousins in the lineup. I thought he might get the ball, but I didn't think he was going to get much. But whatever. Matthew Stafford, you're a piece of garbage. You could probably just go back to Detroit because, I mean, you played like you're playing in Detroit.
They don't want
23 points, man. What did he throw? 3 interceptions or 2? No, he threw 2 INTs, 2 touchdowns, 309 yards. Stafford, man, why couldn't you be Joe Burrows against Baltimore and put up fucking 50 points?
Or why didn't you play Joe Burrow?
I was going to, but then everybody's like, don't play Joe Burrow. You should play Matthew Stafford. I was like, all right, I'll play Stafford. Deontay Foreman, the only good person on my team. Putting up 19.2 points. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Rex Burkhead, you did your job. You got 7.9 points. That's all I could really ask for out of you. Mark Andrews, 8.9 points. You could have done a little bit more. Devontae Smith, you play on a garbage team, so I didn't expect you to do much either. 5.4 points. Nick Folk, 9 points. Dallas defense. I kind of saw this coming from Dallas, but didn't know who else to pick up, so I said, "Fuck it." 1 point.
You didn't sound like that. You didn't sound like that before the game.
Yeah, you definitely didn't think. I didn't hear any of that in the group chat about.
Yeah,
I messaged Melky. I messaged you. I was like, I should probably drop Dallas team.
Oh yeah, that one text chain I never saw. Yeah, I remember that. You did say that.
Actually, my memory is coming back after all those beers.
And then you said, who else is there to pick up?
Yeah,
really
because
nobody.
I had already grabbed a bunch of people already grabbed all the good defenses, so that's why I said, who else is left?
I mean, I could have picked up the Rams, and they didn't do spectacular, but it wouldn't have helped me anyways. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go over hers. Huntley got 14. Debo got 14. Higgins got 6. Harris got 16. Jonathan Taylor got 17. Pitts got 7. Fucking Rashard Penny, the most bullshit pickup of all time, 30 points.
Oh, there's scandal around that pickup.
Justin
really?
Tucker, 15.
Huge.
And San Francisco's defense, 9. Now, before we get into Melky, let's just go over the bench stats really quick. Joe
we're
Burrow.
not done with you.
Yeah, we're not done, Ned.
I know. Oh, I know. Let's just go over the bench stats because Mr. Ba over here has not seen the bench stat.
I'm very curious.
All right, here we go. Van
You're gonna love
Jefferson,
this.
6 points. Congrats. You beat both my wide receivers that I started. Justin Jackson, 6 points. Good. Whatever. My running backs did better. Hunter Renfrow, 13.6 points. Yay. You did better than both my wide receivers and my flex. Joe Burrows, 47.3 points.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he balled out.
Oh my God, dude.
And it's Burrow. There's no S.
Boston Scott, 20.6 points.
I knew he was gonna love that one.
Rashmore Stevenson, 22.7 points.
Yeah, that's after they sat Harris though. After they were running.
Brandon Cooks with 12.6 points. My bench could have beat her.
That bench point line is actually fucking insane.
Yeah.
My bench did better than my actual team.
That's crazy, man. Like Boston Scott and Burrow alone probably.
Okay, so the reason why I didn't start Boston Scott because he wasn't the starter. Burkhead's the starter, and Stevenson.
No, those are two different teams. What do you mean?
No, I know that.
Okay, so you could have still flipped one for the other, or your flex.
I'd rather have a starter start in my lineup than a second.
But Howard, I don't know if you read the report. Howard was either sick. No, I know, but he was either sick or something happened to him close to the game. Yeah. And that's why Boston Scott got a lot of the handoffs.
Yeah, but he still wasn't starting.
That Howard stuff was kind of shit. He was like out, and then he said he was good to go, and then he was out like last minute.
Yeah, but even if I changed the one, I still would have lost.
Yeah,
I would have had to have started Burrow, Scott, Stevenson, and either Renfrow or Cooks to win. Now, Stevenson, I didn't play because he just got off of COVID, and most players who just get off of COVID play like garbage because their stamina is terrible.
Not under Belichick. Bill Belichick.
Belichick?
Yeah, Bell. Yeah, not under Bill Belichick. Bell. Yeah. And that's his new name now. From now on, Bell.
Yeah.
Bell does not allow that. He does not excuse you being sick. After you're sick, he whips you into shape. So I mean.
And then, Smith was supposed to be a good start against Washington because, their defense is just absolutely terrible. Cooks and Renfrow, I don't start that over Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown.
No, you never start your big boys. Like, you start your boys that got you there, right? Like, unfortunately, Cousins gets COVID. Well, actually, he wasn't vaccinated, so everybody saw that coming.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't listen to my Toonie Bet, Goobie.
I try not to.
Yo, by the way, did you see AJ Brown's reply to the fan? Did you see that tweet?
No.
Do tell.
Oh man, this fan tweeted him and was like, so AJ Brown sent out an original tweet being like, always here with my big brother, or some tweet like that, some positive tweet. And the guy's like, don't be positive. You're a bum. You like lost me the fantasy championship. And he writes that, he goes, I don't give a fuck about your fantasy team. Fuck your fantasy team.
I mean, good on him. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Why would you message him that?
Because people have nothing better to do. Look at the lawsuit today. That one fan who's suing the Jets and the Giants for not playing in New York.
It's not actually just one fan. It's actually a class action lawsuit.
Yeah, like
So
they have
I didn't
nothing.
hear this.
Yeah, I sent it on the group chat. They have nothing better to fucking do.
Wow.
Like,
It's like a $1 billion lawsuit.
it's huge.
To the Jets and the Giants for not playing in New York and calling themselves the New York Jets and the New York Giants.
Yeah, because they play in New Jersey. And the funny thing is, when I started reading it, I thought they were suing them because they suck donkey balls. Like thought that was.
That's what I thought at first too. I was like, oh man, they're just gonna get sued because they suck so much.
Like fans are just tired of them losing. That's what I thought.
But anyways, Bob, what'd you think of this terrible fucking defeat?
Man, I can't get over your bench points, to be honest with you.
No, everybody said it too. Like everybody in our group chat was like, yo, you're benched. Like, how does this happen?
Like yeah. I'm obviously biased with Boston Scott, but truly, who sees him getting that much points? Like, yeah, he's a goal line bulldog, and I love him just because he's like our new Darren Sproles, that short guy who's just always rushing in for TDs. But
yeah,
and the Hunter Renfrow one is tough for you too because that's Derek Carr's guy, man. And it's like you never know with the fucking Raiders what they're gonna do game in, game out. Like they're a shit team that plays well sometimes. Like it's.
One thing you will know about the Raiders is they will drive under the influence and get busted time after time after time. So you can always expect that.
I expect at least 10 points from Renfrow a game.
Yeah.
But I obviously want more, so that's why I started AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, and Devontae Smith.
Yeah, and truly, man, I think probably even last year when I was guest starring on your TDs, I was praising Stafford. And I think that guy has a cannon arm. And, like, as soon as he went to a good team, man, this guy's winning a Super Bowl right away. So this year I've been a huge Cincy bandwagon fan because I have a buddy at work who's a fan. And I've been saying that all year. Burrow is a stud, and I can't wait for our talk later. But, yeah, that's a tough one, too. Who knew, man? Especially, like, going number one, Cincy, the way that game ended, it was one of the best games of the fucking weekend. So that was crazy.
100%. And who would have thought too, like, not saying he's not capable of it, but Burrow having two great games in a row. Like it was back to back huge games, right?
Yeah. It's actually scary how good Cincy's young players are and where they are as a team.
Yeah.
They're gonna be we'll talk about it later, but they're gonna be a force in the playoffs, I think. They just gotta stop with that Jekyll and Hyde shit.
Yeah.
In the end, though, like the two players for me that I would have probably started would have been Stevenson over Burkhead and Burrows over Stafford, and I still would have lost.
He doesn't have an S at the end of his name. Burrow.
Oh, whatever.
He's talking about the twin brothers, man. It's somebody else.
Yeah. But yeah. I still would have lost if I started both of them, so it wouldn't have really mattered. But if I started my whole entire fucking bench, I would have won.
Okay, but you still won something. You still collected a nice cash.
I still get 150, but
yeah. So you're doing okay.
Congrats to the champion.
Yeah. I dropped off the trophy yesterday.
Oh, to Familygate?
Yeah. Familygate.
I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah.
That's a lesson to everybody. Be at the front and center of a scandal. You're going to win a championship.
100%. Listen to our PSA a couple episodes ago. You'll know what we're talking about.
All right, Melky, how'd you do this week?
Well, unlike you, the Milkman is not buying the board for next season because he stomped his opponent. He beat the man with no name. Digging for Gold defeats Adam's team 144 to 104. Big boy score for a big boy. And you know what's crazy? I had the best score last year. I don't know, it was something ridiculous too. So I would have, if I was in the finals, I know ifs and buts and candy and nuts and all that crap, but I would have demolished everyone. So I'm going to tell you why with a little Melky praise. Ryan Suckup, 8 points. I really like that. Jarrett Patterson, Gibson's replacement. I saw the message that he got COVID and I snatched this man like a fat guy snatching cake off a table. And he put up 15.8 points. I'm loving that. Austin Eckler, Mr. Reliable. Thanks for returning from COVID and putting up numbers. 17.20? Yeah, I'll take it. Chicago Bears defense. Whoa. Giants, you guys suck hairy balls, man. 21 points from the Bears defense. The lonely Bears. They ain't so lonely anymore. Thanks, guys. Justin Herbert. Yo, we're going to talk about you later, but thanks for showing up. 24 points. It's respectable.
Finally.
Right?
Yeah.
And the man of the hour, the anchor of my team, the rookie of your favorite team, well, your second favorite team, one Jamar Chase. Woo, woo, woo. 44.6 points. Bam! It was over for Adam. As soon as I saw Chase get that third touchdown, I didn't throw my phone up in the air, but I pretended to and dusted my hands, walked away, and knew I wasn't buying the board for next season. So Melky got it done when it counted. But next year, I'm going to be scary. And I guarantee you, Goobie, are not going to the finals and winning anything next season. Melky's coming for it.
Melk, you said that last year. Like, you're not making the finals again. Made the finals.
Oh man, Goobie's almost a dynasty.
Yeah, almost.
I mean, if he had got the job done, yeah, he definitely would have been a New England dynasty.
Yeah.
But
Jamar Chase, absolutely crazy for you. I mean, without him, you're under 100 points. Like, just an absolute performance. I mean, we just talked about Burrows before, but I mean that point, like, that team is just stacked with young guys, like that connection. Remember when they were giving him shit in the preseason for not catching the balls? Like,
yeah, he dropped everything.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is that looking back? So, I mean, just crazy for your team. And yeah, that's a boss specialty, man. Blowing the season and then winning towards the end. That's great.
Yeah, like, I mean, where was this all season? Because my team went back and forth and flip. It was kind of like the Cincinnati Bengals, Jekyll and Hyde, right?
Yeah.
But at least my team is in loser caliber, so the fact that I'm not buying the board is just relief. And the fact that Adam lost again, and this is the second year in a row he's finished last, which proves that he is a loser because he kept Kenyon Drake. As Kenyon Drake and Baby Yoda himself. I get the Baby Yoda pick, but Kenyon Drake, and then he dropped him.
Wow.
Yeah. Loser.
Oh, and just before Goobie chimes in, I just wanted to say, I know we hate each other team-wise and, like, we can't say each other.
100%.
Let's just agree how fucking bad Washington, but mainly the Giants are. Like, how bad the New York Giants are.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would you rather be? Sidebar for you guys. What franchise would you rather be right now? The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions, or the New York Giants?
I choose death.
By Bulla Bulla?
I don't.
Yeah.
That's
death by Snoo
that's
Snoo?
a tough one.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
I mean, like, who would you rather be in that position?
I don't know. Maybe, like, Jacksonville's kind of like eternal optimism. They're always shit. So they always get these sick picks, and they're always like, yo, we're actually going to be there. And your owner is incompetent, but at least seems to love the team and its passion.
And he's fun.
Maybe Jacksonville, but fuck, that sucks.
Goobs?
I said death.
No, you got to pick one.
No. Remember the group chat earlier today, Melk? Yeah, exactly.
Just pick one.
Obviously Jacksonville, because what was Jacksonville, Detroit, and both New York teams?
No, just the New York Giants. I didn't even include that waste of space Jets team.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why. New York is being sued by fans, and so no one really wants to watch them. No one wants to play in Detroit because that means you have to live in Detroit, and that's fucking terrible. I'd just rather live in Florida.
What, America's Wang?
Hey, man, it's nice out. I mean, you can go to Disney World, Universal Studios.
Can't right now.
Yeah, you can. They're open. So fuck it. I'd rather live in Florida.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna agree with you guys. I guess this is a three-way, a big three-way here with the Jaguars, because at least they have, even though his confidence is probably gonna get crushed being with this franchise, they have a franchise quarterback, and they're all young, like you alluded to, Boss. So yeah, I don't want to be in Detroit because it's Detroit, and god damn, the Giants are like that. I think they should be demoted to the CFL or something, or Arena Bowl or whatever the hell. They're just goddamn terrible.
Yep. Yeah. And I've told Melky this before, but when I was a little kid choosing my NFL team before I chose Philly, Jacksonville, because I like Jones Drew and Leftwich, and the jerseys are always nasty in Jacksonville. I was so close to becoming that. It was them, Baltimore, Philly, and I was like, well, I hate myself, so Philly.
Yeah, I like Jacksonville, and I like the Panthers color tone.
Oh yeah, always the baby blue when they first started wearing them when Dalhomme was the quarterback. That was clean.
Yeah, no, the Panthers always had sick colors. They pick guys who dressed like a cat in the hat and
yeah.
Other
$500 hats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's continue. I guess we can talk about winners. We're gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles clinching a playoff spot. Now, Ba, I'm gonna let you take the helms on this one since it is your freaking team. Go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm fucking fired up. I told you guys before this season that I thought we were a 5-6 win team, and there's a chance because our division was so shit that would still get us second place possibly in the division. So making the playoffs, having 3 first-round picks, and having not only a rookie coach and pretty much a rookie quarterback take us to those playoffs, this has been a complete win. Whether we, and obviously the cherry icing, like whatever the fucking metaphor is, if we beat you guys, fantastic. And if we win a playoff game, like holy shit, this team and our defense is pretty solid in our run game. So I think that with playoffs and it's one game, anything can happen, but it's already a win for me. I mean, they just rattled off so many wins when it started to look a little bleak. And we were I think 3-6 at one point. Everybody's on Sirianni's case about his dumb metaphors and not using, I mean, Melky, you knew this, not using Miles Sanders and the run. Yeah. I was getting so frustrated.
We talk about that, not using the run game.
Yeah, I was getting so frustrated with that. And then, I mean, the guy kind of just stuck to his guns, and he also adapted. So I can't say, and Jalen Hurts, you know what? He may not be the future, like, guy for the next 10 years, but I'm ready to roll with this guy. I believe in Jalen Hurts. So I'm loving this team right now. Our tight end Goddard, man, he's a top 10 tight end. So let's go.
Yeah, you know what? As much as I hate your stupid ass team because they're in our division, I couldn't agree more. Like Jalen Hurts, the poise, the maturity, the maturation,
the Washington thing that just happened. Like, I mean, he's a captain for this team.
100%. He's taken the leadership role, and he looks comfortable out there, and he can do a lot of things. He can run, he can throw. He's got a pretty good arm, actually. I didn't realize his arm is pretty decent. Like on Sunday, he had 214 yards. He went 17 for 26. That's not bad at all. Like,
no.
Whereas his counterpart, Taylor Heineke, at 247 with an INT, went 27 for 36. He's just awful. They need a quarterback over there. And then Goobie's favorite player, Boston Scott, went off for 47 rushing yards, 2 rushing TDs, 37 receiving yards.
I said that's our new Darren Sproles, man.
That's your new Darren Sproles.
Why do you guys always pick miniature players?
Because it's Philly. It's Philly hard. You just know. If you ever seen that Replacements movie with Gene Hackman, it's hard. It's fucking hard. That is a top 3 sports movie all time, by the way. Right?
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Actually, that should be a movie on Mustard. Possibly.
Maybe.
I got a question though for both of you, and then Goobie, you can chime in.
Okay.
Are the Eagles dangerous going into the playoffs? Would you say right now they're very dangerous going into the playoffs?
Is that like an actual question?
That's a legit question. Should the other teams fear them going into there? How about that? I rephrase it. Should the other teams be afraid of the Philadelphia Eagles going into the playoffs?
I thought this was a sports, like, football podcast. Like, let's just get rid of these ridiculous questions.
Yeah. When you ask the fan of the 19th ranked defense if he finds the team with the 7th ranked defense and also one of the top run games, if they might be scary in a 1-game playoff, common sense dictates, yeah, maybe.
Go ahead, Goobie.
No, they're not a force to be reckoned with. I was actually just looking at the I was looking at the conferences and stuff like that in the playoff pictures. I was like wondering if Dallas loses, if they get a better fucking team to play against. But no, we're set on the Cards.
Yeah, it would be the rematch. If everything aligns the way it is,
that's going to be a crazy game.
Even if the Cards win, the Cards go to 4th and Cowboys go to 5th. So they still play each other.
No, it doesn't change. All division leaders are ahead. So the Cowboys still remain at 4, even though if Arizona has a better record, they're still at 5.
Oh, okay, yeah, because they're second. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the wild card team. So no wild card team outseeds a division leader. So that would be the rematch. Boz team would go to LA and go play the Rams in the first round.
That's fucking scary. That's scary.
All right, let's change topics because I hate talking about the Eagles anyways. Let's talk about the Bucks versus Jets, 28-24. But the biggest news out of that is AB being cut during the game. And then just his antics of jumping around, taking his jerseys off, taking his pads off. They were like still technically playing when he was in the end zone. Fucking,
the game clock was going.
Yeah, like he was just fucking doing. Like I'm surprised they wouldn't just like run the ball up, hiking, like, oh man, 12 men on the field. That's what I would have done, because technically he was on the field. So no, I don't like. What do you guys think about this whole AB situation with Bruce and everybody? Like, it's ridiculous. Bob, what do you think about this?
The New York Jets broke Antonio Brown's mind.
Do you think this was a gaming troller? They just trolled him too hard, and now he's like, fuck it.
No, here's what I think. Antonio Brown is really fucking talented, one of the best wide receivers ever. But he is incredibly immature and selfish, and he's a victim no matter what happens. So I understand he was hurt before, and everybody knew that, and that controversy, that's fine. It also seems like he's building a backup defense to like give himself a way out and be like, I told you guys that I'm going to try my all. And then you pull these antics, fine. You don't embarrass your fucking teammates on live television. That is one of the most pathetic things. And as a background as a hockey fan, primarily, even though football's up there, so really they're pretty comparable. Like, it's an absolute joke. I would have gone over and sucker punched him as a teammate if he fucking did that. That's so embarrassing. You disrespect the coach, all the shit. You get your lawyer to release a statement. That's fine. And you know what? If you didn't pull those antics and take your shit off and do all that,
on his side,
and just walked away, like just ran down the tunnel, that was it. Everybody's like, what happened to AB? And then you came out and said this stuff, and I'd be like, oh shit, like maybe they fucked him over. Now I don't even care that he's even a bit right. You're in the wrong. You lost your job for it.
Yeah.
You notice how his ankle seemed pretty fine when he's doing those jumping jacks?
Yeah. And he was able to like do a model like the next day with a photo shoot for Instagram saying like gremlin mode. So whatever that means, I guess don't throw water on him. Like what the fuck does gremlin mode mean, man? Like,
don't beat him either.
I agree and I disagree. I mean, yeah, it's kind of shitty. The jumping jacks and the antics is just terrible. I'm still 75% on his side. If someone's saying, yo, I cannot play, like my ankle is fucked, like you can't play me, and then they're like, well, then you're fucking cut. That's like someone saying to, I don't know, just like someone saying to me at my job going, hey, like you have to fucking work, but your ankle's all fucked up and you have to walk 20 fucking K. I'm not fucking doing that. And then they fire you. That's a lawsuit.
Yeah, but if you have a history of being a selfish guy and doing that type of shit, and they tell you that before the game, then why not fucking release that stuff before the game? Be like, I'm not fucking playing, and if they make me the scapegoat, this is why I didn't play. I'm injured, and we're all worried about athletes' health at this time. I think it's pretty reasonable. That's fine. But to do that shit the whole time, dancing off and just embarrassing them, it's like you put the spotlight on yourself, and you got to defend yourself and dig yourself out of this hole. So it doesn't matter that you I agree. If your ankle was fucked, that sucks that they made him play. But you know what, man? Personal responsibility. Don't play then.
Okay. Yeah, well, why suit up? I'm piggybacking off you. Why suit up? You're that hurt. No, yeah. Why suit up? Because then you lose all credibility with the antics. You've just lost all credibility because you are a clown. You're a selfish clown with history. So instead of us actually acknowledging Tom Brady's comeback, even though it was the Jets, Tom Brady still threw a comeback touchdown to win that game.
Yeah. Despite
all the bullshit that happened. And when a teammate comes up to you like Mike Evans tried to talk some sense into you, and you're like, nah, you've had enough. Like, come on, man. Even your teammates, they've even said, no one said anything about him. Like, even after all this, they've all said they care about him, and they love him. So they obviously do. It's a brotherhood in the locker room. So why don't you just listen for once? Stop thinking about yourself. Stop being a fucking prima donna. Yeah. And fucking just do the right thing. And he has a trouble.
And not only that, but part of this, the truth is that he wasn't going to get his bonuses, and he wanted that guaranteed up front. And what I would say to AB is, this is a strange time to care about finances and money when you walked away from that Raiders contract. You didn't seem to give a shit then. Now it's so important. You weren't going to get that $2 million, and you pulled this shit. There's just so much stuff around this that you can't just be again, like Melky and I are saying, if he came out and was like, yo, I can't play, my ankle's messed up, and then he released the text and the photos, and it was like, his ankle's fucked up, you're trying to make him play, Bruce Arians and them would be in so much heat from the media and Reddit and Instagram and all that. They'd be under fire by everybody. Instead, he pulled that shit, and now everybody's like, you're a clown.
Yeah.
Well, one more question before we go on. Is AB's career officially done in the NFL?
No.
I told you before, man. Talent solves any problem.
Yeah, even if it's a headache.
Yeah. What, dude? Talent and time, and I'm not even chirping your team, but I could see him going to one of these random teams where you're a wide receiver away from winning in one of these managers or owners' eyes. I could see it. Or fuck it, man. Why wouldn't you pick him up in 2 years from Houston or some shit? I would hope that it's done, but.
Well, Michael Gallup is out, so.
Well.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about some happy news, some praising news. The Cincinnati Bengals have clinched the AFC North. Bengals defeat the Chiefs 34-31 in a thriller. And like Jesse said, like Boss said, this is probably the game of the week. Joe Burrow posted, and sorry, Goobie, I have to give his numbers out. 446 passing yards, 4 passing TDs, and 10 rushing yards.
Ew.
His counterpart, Patrick Mahomes, didn't do so bad either. 259 passing yards, 2 passing TDs, and 25 rushing yards. My boy Jamar Chase, 11 receptions, 266 receiving yards, and 3 TDs. The Bengals clinched the AFC North division for the first time in 6 years. Fun fact, Chase is the first rookie to have 200-yard receiving in multiple games since 1950. Whoa. So, boys, I'm going to let you chime in here. Could we see this matchup as a potential AFC championship game in the playoffs?
Yes. Looking at it now, the Bills are on a downward spiral for some reason. They can't seem to get their act together. Josh Allen kills it all game, but I don't know if it's just the defense, if it's like the line, the run game. I don't know what it is, but the Bills, but they're not doing good. I love New England, but I could see New England making a run, but if they got to face like KC or the Bengals, they probably ain't gonna beat them. The Colts are a sleeper. The Chargers, I'd never liked the Chargers in the first place, but yeah, I could see the Bengals. in KC.
Bah.
They're scary. The Bengals are really scary, and I could definitely see this matchup because they have fucking good defense. Burrow, Chase, everything you're saying. And then last year, we were all making jokes and memes about that O-line and Burrow getting absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
And we were thinking, if they fix that, what could this team be like? And nobody, including myself, even though it's a bandwagon team, I did not think that they were this good yet. I thought that what we're seeing was going to happen, but still like a year, maybe two down the road. So if they're going to keep improving on this, I actually think that Cincy is going to be a team that's really scary for the next 5-6 years. And with the NFL playoffs, like I've said before, with these one-game systems, it's kind of crazy. They're a tough team mentally. So and their systems are just like well all around. Like it's just consistent. And there has been some down points this season because they're young. But when you build momentum like this going into the playoffs, that sometimes is a scary thing.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention Tennessee, but I mean, even with Henry coming back, I don't trust Tannehill one bit in the playoffs.
No, I don't trust him in the playoffs. I don't trust him in the playoffs. He always fails when it matters. You know, like Dak Prescott. He almost always fails when it matters. But one more question though before sorry, Goobie, you jump in.
I was gonna say I have a question too, but you ask yours first.
I was gonna ask, is this the best three-headed receiving monster in the game right now? With Boyd, Chase, and Higgins.
Oh.
No.
Who's better?
Who's better?
If we had a great quarterback, I would say Dallas.
If you had a great quarterback?
If we had a great quarterback, because Dak Prescott is not great.
Paid athlete in the world, not like that type of quarterback.
Dak Prescott is not great. He's good. He's not great. Joe Burrows is already working to be greatness. I think if you had that switched, and you have Burrows in Dak Prescott's place with Gallup, Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb, that could be a force to be reckoned with.
Bah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to think of an overall three combo. Like you can think of some really sick wide receivers, and then they're kind of secondary, like the secondary options, pretty sick. But the momentum and the way that Burrow can sling that ball downfield, I mean, honestly, like give any two wide receivers Chase, and I'll say, yeah, I'm probably going to agree with you.
That's fair. Goobie, what's your question?
All right, question. Top three wide receivers going into next year's fantasy. Would it be? To me, it would be Kupp.
Yep.
Chase.
Nope.
Then Jefferson.
No, because you're forgetting Devontae.
Oh.
Depending.
If Aaron Rodgers doesn't stay, Devontae Adams is not getting shit.
I was just gonna say if Aaron leaves and Devontae either stays or goes somewhere else, then yeah, he's out. But if he stays and that liar Rodgers stays, then you gotta give Devontae some love.
Man, I could really think Chase is my third option fantasy wise next year though, with that team staying together.
Over Jefferson or over Devontae?
No, not Devontae. Devontae would be number 2 for me, probably if Aaron stays. It goes Kupp. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
What he's doing is insane. Like obviously that's the number 1 receiver. He's so sick. So
100%.
Yeah, but I mean my bandwagoning, Chase would probably be like if they were taken off, if a bunch of wide receivers were taken, I'd be like, oh shit, I'd go Chase. So
do you guys know what the top 3 is right now?
What?
Kupp, Debo, Chase, Devontae Adams, then Justin Jefferson.
I think, as great as Debo's played this year, I think next year he'll take a step back because, for one, porn star Jimmy's not going to be there. They're going to give the keys to Trey Lance, which Trey Lance is a great quarterback, or will be a great quarterback, but he's still going to be fairly young. I don't think Debo's going to have the same season he did this year opposed to next.
Yeah.
So I can't have him in my top 3. But Kupp, Devontae, I would take Chase over Jefferson.
Yeah.
But it's one of those LSU Tigers because fuck me. Holy shit.
Who's going to be throwing to Jefferson?
It's Cousins again.
No, I know. I'm just like, I wonder if they're gonna just keep that going. I mean, Minnesota seems to just be in denial of what they are, so I don't know.
What shit?
Yeah.
Jesse, move on to the next story. The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Mel, are you talking about a matchup this week?
I am.
No.
No. We're talking about the matchup last week.
Oh man.
The loss.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Sorry, bud.
Don't get ahead of yourself there,
Yeah.
my friend.
We're getting there. We're
I
getting
was
there.
already in shit talking mode.
Yeah, we saw it in your eyes.
Okay, so potential playoff matchup. Dallas Cowboys versus an Arizona Cardinals team that could make team history with losses consecutively. You knew right away you guys were going to lose with that, right? Like,
Oh, yeah. I knew we were losing that game.
Also, it is the playoff matchup. It doesn't change, even if win or lose.
Yeah,
no, it does. It does change. We have to have Tampa and LA lose, and we win, and then we go right back to second. So that,
really?
Yeah, so that is still on the table. For Arizona, nothing changes for Arizona. They will stay in 5th place, no matter what.
Oh, I see that now. Yeah.
And then for the Eagles and San Fran, they can change depending on who wins. But if everybody wins or whatever, like that had the division, nothing changes. Then.
Yeah, my bad. I read that wrong then.
That's okay.
But sorry, Bob. Go ahead, Bob. You talk here.
No. So fucking shitty Cowboys team lose 25-22. And I'm going to be honest, I actually watched this game. I've watched the last few Cowboy games just because I've been following TDs and like, just so I can be able to shit talk you if they do poorly.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised by your Dak Prescott comments, Goobie.
What? He's not a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's not great. I don't like. Yeah, I would love the Cowboys to go to Super Bowl. Yeah, I'll say it all day. Oh, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're going to Super Bowl. I don't think Dak could lead them to a Super Bowl.
Really?
And if he does, he doesn't win it.
Wow.
Touching.
What do you think? Do you agree with that, Melky?
I've been one to advocate since his rookie year. His rookie year was fantastic, but after that, he's been absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, when the chips are are down, you can't rely on him, especially when he has to throw the ball. Yeah. Our running game's been absolute shit the last half of the season. I get it. But when he has to throw the ball and you're putting the game on his shoulders, he fails. Every time he fails. And he just keeps doing it. He fails and then everyone's like, oh, he tried. Okay, but when does it get to a point where maybe that's not enough? Maybe he needs to elevate his game to another level because right now it's mediocre at best. So no, I agree with Goobie. Him and mainly him, Mike McCarthy, and that wide-eyed Jerry Jones are going to be the reasons we don't fucking win the Super Bowl anytime soon.
Yeah, we'll go Goobie.
I was gonna say also like, Keelan Moore's been great.
You screwed up his name already. It's Kellen.
Keelan Moore, whatever it is. Kellen Moore, he's been great, but I don't know who's telling him not to run the fucking ball, but they need to run the fucking ball. Dude, last week's game against the Cards, man, Dak Prescott ran for 5 times, Elliott ran for 9, and Pollard ran for 3. Like, dude, last year Elliott was running for like 15 to 20 touches a game.
It's so funny you brought this up too, because my next point was actually going to be Zeke actually looked good on some of those runs with what's going on with his, like, he looked okay. Like, it was a strong going through the middle of some guys. So I was surprised the yards he was getting. So
he only got 16.
Yeah, but then they went away from it.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, he'll go strong, and they have the 2-headed monster, right? They have thunder and lightning, as Skip Bayless calls it, and you go away with it. You make is there like incentives in Dak's contract? Oh, he's got to throw it a certain amount of times or whatever. Like, it's horse shit. Stop letting him throw the ball.
Yeah. It was a terrible game all in all. Like, Dallas just kind of couldn't get anything going. Their defense couldn't do much, and yeah, it was not the greatest.
And Greg Zerling needs to stop missing. The 3 losses that we've lost by combined 8 points, he's left 14 points on the table.
That's brutal. Yeah.
Like, you're not Greg the Leg. You're just Greg who's shit. Either
Kicking's been off all year for everybody, man.
He's been hot garbage. Guys, if this is the rematch, if this is the playoff game, who's winning?
Depends.
No. Who's winning?
No, it depends, because right now Dallas is getting hit with COVID hard right now. We've lost at least 4 players, which is Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
We lost Micah Parsons. We lost Brown now, our cornerback. So, yeah, we're losing some key fucking players. And if they're like, no, you can't play during the playoffs, we could be fucked.
No, they changed the timeline. So wouldn't you rather it happen now?
No, I would like to happen now, but is it 10 days now, or is it still
5?
5 days?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, that's good, but same time, like, you don't want these guys getting COVID a week before or 2 weeks before the playoffs.
His team has 13 on the COVID list right now.
Yeah, that's why they're shit.
Well, it could be a really shitty game next week.
Yeah. Who do you like? You like Baby Yoda?
No. So I hate to admit this. I think you guys are going to win it.
I think
you guys are going to win it. I think you guys are going to win.
Serious.
I think you guys are going to win one playoff game because your defense is going to be strong enough against Kyler Murray, Baby Yoda. And honestly, I don't know if I trust his coaching, Kingsbury. The way that every single season, pretty much he's been a coach, it's even back to college, hot start, then falls off. And I think that this game this week is going to be a big testament for Arizona going into the playoffs, because if they dominate and it's 2 wins in a row and then they're really feeling it, but I don't know, something worries about me. I don't think Arizona is that close to winning a Super Bowl. So I could see you guys winning it.
All right.
I agree. I think it's revenge. Kyler Murray's consecutive winning streaks in Texas will end. It's got to end sometime.
You guys are going to win on a fucking kick.
Greg the Leg?
By Greg the Leg? By like 1 point?
All right, Goobie, what do we got now?
All right. Let's talk about the AFC. We already talked a little bit about it, but let's talk a little bit more. Tennessee destroyed Miami 34-3. Tua put up 18 for 38, 205. That's just absolutely garbage. Ryan Tannehill, 13 out of 18, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. This thing was led by Dante Foreman, 26 carries, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. And I mean, Hillard got in there too with 8 carries, 45 yards, 1 touchdown. With this being said, I know me and Melky have already said that we don't trust Tannehill. Those numbers to me show that he can't be a playoff quarterback. But with Derrick Henry coming back, do you think these guys can make a run?
I'll start. I mean, for them, it's very beneficial for them to get the bye.
100%.
They need the bye, not only for more rest. It gets Derrick Henry another week healthier. It gives them also with Julio. God, is Julio even on the roster anymore?
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, it just gives them time to get healthy. It gives Tannehill time to rest up. I just think, yeah, you can depend on the run game, but a guy who just broke his foot, you're asking a lot, down the stretch. And I just think if he had another a full year to recover, I wouldn't hold anything past Henry, but that's a lot to ask for. The teams in the AFC, they can sling and they can run and they can throw. So as great as Tennessee's defense has played too, I'm shocked they actually are up there in defense. I just don't trust them to go too far. They need a bye, but I say they're second round at best.
Well, they're sitting in that bye spot right now. But Bob, what do you think?
Honestly, Melky pretty much hit every nail on the head. Like, I'm going to agree with they are. I think that them winning, this was such a massive game for them to win team wise, and Foreman, just a hero of the locker room. Like, that was just really good. And it sucked. My brother's a Miami fan, so brutal game to watch. Like, they're just so shit. But yeah, big game for them. Goobie, who would be their matchup?
If Tennessee doesn't get the bye?
They do, right? They have it right now.
They have it right now. So they would play either.
It would just depend on that bracket, right? So
it depend on who wins.
Right. They would get the lowest seed.
Yeah, lowest seed, right. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, so they would get this is I don't know, Melky, I can't disagree with you, man. Like, I think I could see them winning a game where if Henry comes back and has just an unreal like MVP performance and wins them a game and it's crazy and he has a good stat line. But yeah, I don't see them doing much this year. And we already talked about one team, but there are a lot better teams I find in the AFC right now.
I'll tell you one thing. Based off of what I'm seeing right now, if things stay the same in the AFC, we pretty much think KC beats the Chargers. We think the Bengals beat the Colts. Yep. It'd be between the Bills and New England, and that's who Tennessee would be playing. One of those two teams.
Ooh, Bell versus fucking Tennessee.
Bell versus Tennessee.
That's what it's gonna be.
So yeah, that's the way it looks. Because I don't see KC or the Bengals losing, and Bills are 4th and New England's 5th right now. So.
Eek. Well, let's talk about a clearer picture. We're going to Green Bay. We're going to the Pack House at Lambeau, where they've clinched the number 1 seed and a first-round bye in the NFC, by defeating that crappy-ass Vikings team 37-10. Sean, is it Manion? Who cares? Sean, who cares?
Yeah.
Who posted 189 passing yards, 1 TD, 14 rushing yards in place of the COVID-riddled Cousins, where Aaron Rodgers put up Aaron Rodgers numbers at 288 passing yards, 2 TDs, and 8 rushing yards. So now everything goes through Lambeau, guys. So question for you. Are the Packers the odds-on favorite to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl?
With the way that Stafford has been playing as of late, hot and cold, yeah. I would say so. I mean, he may look like a homeless bum, but he's not playing like it. Like, whether you want to be an embarrassing journalist and not give him the MVP, the way this guy plays, and the most infuriating part, if you're a Packers fan, is you have 1 fucking Super Bowl with this guy.
Yeah.
Like
Only
that,
one.
That's the craziest thing when you think about the quarterbacks they have, how little they've won. Like, I don't know who is the biggest tease in sports more than the Packers, possibly.
That's a good analogy there. I like that.
And I'll just put this out right now. I honestly think they have one of the better coaches in the entire NFL.
Yeah, he's, you know what? I thought he was a scrub when he first entered the league, but he's proven to be a very good coach.
LaFleur is good. And he's like a man rocket too. It's bullshit. Like, it sucks. Like, you can't be talented and good looking. Like, what the fuck?
Apparently you can.
Yeah, apparently you can.
I don't think they're the odds-on favorite.
No. Who?
Even though everything goes through Lambeau?
Fuck Lambeau. I think,
really?
and it pains me to say this because I hate this person with all my fucking just passion. I hate this person. I think Tom Brady will take the NFC.
Really?
Oh yeah, even though they've lost Godwin, AB just got thrown to the curb.
Yeah. I still think
other injuries.
I still think they could do it. It's Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady always shows up really well in the playoffs, and yeah, I don't see. It's tough. Like they're both great. They both can do it, but I think Tom Brady will come out of this.
Okay.
But yeah, let's finally get into this. Look at this little guy smirk over here. Let's finally get into this little conversation we like to call our rivalry. Cowboys versus the Eagles. First ever week 18. Let's get into it. Yeah, fuck the Eagles, I guess. That's how I'm gonna start.
Yeah, what a
Mic drop.
classy gentleman.
Mike drop. That's all she wrote. No.
What with some of our COVID restrictions and your COVID stuff going on, do you think you have a chance?
Yes, I definitely think we have a chance. I was talking to Melky before, kind of texting him before last week, and I was like, actually, I was texting the group saying, what are the chances that Dak and some main starters would sit for you guys regardless? Like, if we both, like, the one thing on the line is the rivalry and the hate and kind of just like fuck Philly, fuck Dallas type mentality where you want to play, which I would as a player. I would want to play this game 100% if I'm healthy. But with the COVID protocols and everything, like I don't know, this could be a real down and out defensive game that's just going to be kind of played in the mud at like a low scoring. This is going to be a tough one, and I definitely think we can win it. Because like I said, 7th ranked defense against your 19th, and I only bring that up because you've been fucking circle jerking your defense all goddamn year. Every podcast I listen to is how great
Best defense in the league.
Not
I will
even
admit
close.
you may have one of the best individual defensive players in the entire league. I will admit that. Like, you might have the best individual defense player between both teams. I think overall our defense is a bit stronger this year.
In the end, Dallas had the better fantasy. Dallas had the better fantasy points out of all the defenses in the league. So that's all that mattered to me.
No, you're so fucking typical. Better run game, better tight end game. Dak's been a better
over
quarterback.
Schultz.
Dak's been better quarterback.
Schultz over Goddard.
And your wide receivers have been better. Yes.
Schultz has been pretty good too. I mean, Goddard.
I looked at
Goddard is a better player.
I looked at the
100%.
stats.
Yeah.
We are 7th and 8th. Our tight end.
Okay.
Your wide receivers, definitely fucking better. There's not even a discussion about that. I won't bring it up.
Not even close.
And even though he's good, not great, Dak has been number-wise the better quarterback too.
Yeah, but Hurts like turned it on halfway through, right?
Oh, I told you, man. I believe it. I honestly, truthfully, I think I might get a Hurts jersey if because we made the playoffs. I really might.
It's probably gonna hurt putting it on after you guys lose. So.
I think this is gonna be a statement game for Dallas. Like
going into the
playoffs. No, it is going into the playoffs. They need to, just fucking show that they can actually be a part of the playoffs. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like the Washington game, but I think it's gonna be a pretty high scoring game, and I still think our defense will do well because it's only Parsons and Brown's fucking shit anyways. So. Yeah, Brown shit. Don't be rolling your eyes over there. That dude costs so many games.
And Trayvon gives up the most yards.
27
most picks.
27-21 Eagles.
Okay. It's actually my score is kind of close to that. So I agree with both of you in a sense. I do think it's a shame like COVID is hitting everyone because we're missing out on like the starters playing, you know what I mean? Like the big guys, the big boys playing. There is more on the line, just the rivalry for both teams. You guys could potentially move a spot up and play Tampa, or I don't know who you prefer playing, but you have that in the cards, plus winning 10 games. We can just add to the Destroyers list that we haven't beat anyone that has 10 wins. And
I love that I brought that. Yeah.
And LA and the Chargers are playing too, and they can get a 10th win, so that would be 3. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Denver. No. Also, for us, we can still move up as well. So there's a lot of that on the line. I don't think we want to be in 4th place and play an Arizona team who honestly, you never know what's going to happen there. We'd rather play San Fran or Philly moving forward. But having said that, the rivalry always comes first. I think this is going to be a tight defensive affair. I actually have, I might change my score actually. I have 24 to 17 Cowboys, but because of the lack of players that are going to be on the field, or lack of star talent, I might go 20 to 17.
Dude,
I think it's going to be a very low scoring affair.
I honestly almost went 24-17. That's such a common NFL score. I
Yeah.
almost said it.
And also I got a proposition for you. Wager 6-pack of beer, obviously, and on the chat, the loser has to shout out the slogan of the winning team. So yours is Fly Eagles Fly. Ours is How About Them Cowboys. You got to throw that up there. You got to acknowledge that you lost.
And I want that all caps too, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
all in caps. How about them Cowboys?
I want the little eagle emoji beside yours.
That is perfectly fine.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen's shake. All right.
At least I don't have to do it. So
let's get it done.
I love betting with you on everything, you degenerate.
Yeah.
I want to disagree with you guys. I don't. Who do you have on like COVID? Is it mostly defense or mostly offense for you?
Man,
He's got a mix of both.
It's
a mix of both.
It's a mix of both.
So I don't think this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I don't think this is going to be a defensive game. I think this is going to be an offensive game because our COVID is mostly defense, and we're only missing Smith on our line. So I think
Smith is a huge piece.
He's a huge piece, but I mean we've been playing without him for weeks on end and still doing pretty good because he's injury prone like hell.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think this is going to be actually a high scoring game, and I think this is going to be all offense.
What's your prediction?
34-31.
No, okay, well you still have it close. Okay,
it's close, but I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think if Philly runs the ball like they can, Dallas is terrible against the run. And they're going to be able to throw with Parsons out, man. That pressure on the quarterback is not going to be there that much. I know they still have Lawrence and Gregory, but Parsons is a big factor in getting to the quarterback. So I really think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think it's going to be all offense.
You honestly could be right, man, because there's a chance guys like Fletcher Cox and stuff like that are going to be out for us as well. So it could end up just a sling fest. So who knows?
That's my prediction.
Well, only time will tell. It's Saturday night, 8:15. Don't miss it.
Do not go silent in the fucking chat.
But
I never go silent, man.
Do you want to watch the game, Ba?
I always run my mouth.
I want to watch the game?
Yeah.
I am watching the game.
No, I mean like since Melk is not doing anything, he's doing his birthday shit. I'll watch the game with you.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Shoot me a text.
I'll come your little date after the pod, all right? Let's go into like another debate. The great debate. We're talking two great sophomore quarterbacks. They're clearly franchise quarterbacks in my mind. Both these men are having a fantastic season and leading their team to their respective playoffs. So, guys, gentlemen, Joe Burrow versus Justin Herbert. Who do you got? If it's between those two QBs to start your franchise, knowing what you know, who are you taking and why? Ba, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going with Burrow. Honestly, it's hard to go wrong with either selection. They seem to be like, this is that new generation of quarterback class of all the great QBs. I think both of them are going to be a part of it. Like how we used to have like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, just like all these guys at the same time in the early 2000s, like 2010. This new QB class, they're both in it. Burrow, I was a little worried after his massive injury and just with his history, but the way he's played this year, and I know you can kind of argue that his chemistry and history with Jamar Chase might be like an offset, but just, I don't know, man, his heart, his leadership already, just that tough strength that he's showed, the perseverance. And he, not taken away from Herbert's arm, but Burrow's got a fucking cannon. And because they've been my bandwagon team, I've honestly been watching them. So I would take Burrow.
Goobie, who you taking and why?
You see me shaking my head over here because this is a no contest. And I think Justin Herbert is going to be the next Phillip Rivers to never win a Super Bowl. He'll be good. He won't be great. But Joe Burrows, man, I'm telling you, this dude is going to be like, I can't say he's going to be the next Tom Brady because I don't think we're going to see that for a while. But damn, Joe Burrows, you're good, man. He's got 366 completions. His completion percentage is 70.4. His passer rating is just it's 108. 108.3. That's a great passer rating, especially for your sophomore year. He's got 4,611 yards. I know Herbert has a little bit more yards, a little bit more touchdowns. Yeah. I give this one to Burrows all day. And yeah, I feel bad for Herbert because he's a good quarterback, but I feel like he's gonna be stuck like Phillip Rivers.
Really? I actually could see that, man. I'm not gonna disagree with you. I could definitely see that happening.
Okay, well, I disagree with both of you.
That's because you have him on your lineup.
Well, not even. I'm taking the man Justin Herbert, and for you to call him Phillip Rivers is a slap in the face. He's gonna be more like the Peyton Manning to Tom Brady in terms of Burrow. Because Burrow right now, I would take Burrow's team. I'd take the three-headed monster there over what Herbert has, even though Mike Williams and Keenan Allen and Eckler are like pretty all-world. But I'm going to take Justin Herbert, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm looking at their numbers. So they played only 2 seasons each. Burrow in 2020, before the horrific injury, had 2,688 passing yards, 13 TDs, 5 INTs, 142 rushing yards, 3 rushing TDs, and 4 fumble losses. Herbert, now he didn't play the full season. I think he didn't play the first 4 games or something like that before medical practice deflated Tyrod Taylor in the worst fucking way possible. He was 4,336 passing yards, 31 passing TDs, 10 INTs, 234 rushing yards, 5 rushing TDs, a couple of 2-point conversions, and only 1 fumble. So fast forward to this year, Joe Burrow in 2021 has 4,611 passing yards, 34 TDs, 14 interceptions, 118 rushing yards, 2 rushing TDs, 2 fumble losses. Herbert, he's got 4,631 passing yards, 35 passing TDs, 14 INTs, 301 rushing yards, 3 rushing TDs, 5 2-point conversions, and 1 fumble loss. They're pretty neck and neck, but I'm going to go with Herbert. For one, he hasn't torn his ACL, and I know that they're young enough to recover from that, but that's going to affect Burrow later on.
Yep.
Herbert, I think Herbert's arm is stronger than Burrow. I mean, that could be debatable too. And the height factor, he's a monster of a man. He's about 6'5", and he's agility. He can do whatever he wants on there when, he doesn't throw those INTs. I just like his moxie. I like his poise. I'm going to go with the Oregon Duckman, Justin Herbert, and the better one, not Carson Wentz.
Herbert played 15 games last year.
Yeah.
It's
so he missed 1 game.
No, well,
it's a 16-game season. So
no, didn't he play? Was it the second game? Well, he didn't play.
I'm looking at the stats right now. He played 15
he didn't
games.
play that full game, but still, he jumped into that game and I'm pretty sure he won that game for them. Did he not?
I have no idea. But yeah, Burrow's only played 10, so he had 5 games up on him.
Yeah.
But no, I still think, if you look at the QBR, you look at the completion percentage, Burrows is top dog in this conversation.
Yeah, but he wasn't top dog until he got Jamar Chase, where Justin Herbert started from scratch, and he's working with these guys. And these guys are great too, but Jamar Chase is that X factor. Does Burrow have the same numbers of Jamar Chases on that team? If they go get Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase, are we talking about Burrow right now?
Yeah,
That's a very
Higgins,
good question.
Boyd. Yeah,
Probably not.
I would say yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. Honestly, I like I said, my choice was a little biased, but Melky, it's hard to argue with you. And honestly, on the size and his mobility, because Herbert does not move like a massive man. So
No.
it's, I mean, you're pretty good with either one. That's tough.
There's
I'm
no
still going
wrong
Burrows.
answer. There's no wrong answer, but it goes
Burrows.
back to like it goes Manning and Brady, right? Nah, I go Herbert, man, all day. We'll see. Time will tell. And yeah, they're both doing well and they're doing big things. So looking forward to seeing them in the playoffs. So take us away with your creation there in Toonie Bets.
It's alive. Okay. So I am honored in your very last episode to, talk about Toonie Bets.
All right, let's
That's
cut
right.
this. No, I'm kidding.
Let's talk about Toonie Bets. I always enjoy listening to your guys, always choosing the easiest fucking choices every week. You guys usually do.
I don't.
Yeah.
I normally go with bold predictions.
You've been picking the Patriots.
They're usually against the
last
Jets
weeks.
or something, man. Like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean? I don't.
No.
pick the
He's
Jets.
lost. He lost. He picked the Pats against the Colts. Colts won.
I know.
That's a tough game.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but you said no one was stopping the Patriots, and
No one's stopping the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
going.
So then, okay, Goobie, you start us off then. Let's hear your Toonie bet.
I'm going with the Patriots. And whoever
though
they're
they're
playing,
playing
I don't even
Miami.
know.
They're playing Miami.
I know
Yeah.
they're playing Miami. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Patriots going against Miami. I mean, Miami just got dummied last week, so I mean, and the Patriots. I don't know the actual logistics right now, but I'm sure if they get a win and have some help, they could move to a better spot in the conferences. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Patriots. They got a lot more to lose than the Dolphins, so
The Dolphins have nothing to lose.
that's my point.
Okay. Melky.
You're hilarious. Well, I was gonna go with the Saturday night affair, but I'm like, I'll leave that up to Boff. He wanted that one, so
Sure he does.
So this podcast isn't the same unless there's Denver hate. So I'm gonna go with KC stomping the Broncos on the afternoon game before the main event, Saturday night. The Chiefs allowed a victory to slip away in Week 17. They lost the number 1 seed for the time being. Look for Mahomes and company to put the Broncos out of their misery on Saturday afternoon. So Chiefs whomping the Denver Broncos so they can somehow get that first number 1 seed.
Okay. Oh boy. So to finish it off, and you know what? I had the same thought process as you. I didn't want to really choose the Dallas-Philly game because I thought, maybe Melky will want it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to be going with the last game of the week, and that is the Raiders versus the Chargers, and it's in Las Vegas. And you know what? I'm sorry to say this, Kev, but Herbert is winning this game. The Chargers are going to be another team that Dallas beat with that record. I honestly think that Carr and Renfro, I almost chose the Raiders to win this game. They've got pretty good stats, but just offensive numbers, the way the kind of Chargers are prepping up for the playoffs right now, I could see this as one of Goobie's statement games for the end of the season. And I have the Chargers winning in Vegas.
And clinching that last spot.
Yeah.
I was gonna like Melky said, I was like we all said, I was gonna pick the Dallas game. But last time I picked the Dallas game 2 times in a row or something like that, they fucking lost. So I'm like, nah, I'm not even touching that game.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah. So
They're still winning.
all right, boys. Well, last part of the season. It was a great one. Glad to have Bob back.
Woo.
Even though he's an Eagles fan. And Melky, you are right. It's not a TD podcast without shouting out the terrible Denver Broncos. So
That's right.
Broncos.
Fuck the Broncos. But yeah, no, I love it. I'm happy to do this with you guys. I'm happy to be here. I'm not happy that I lost the finals, but at least I made the finals and I wasn't playing for the fucking board.
But did you win?
Did you get $150?
I have that in my bank already, so whatever.
Well, so do I, but I have an extra $150.
Don't spend it all at once, Goobie.
I won't. I spent 20 of it on a haircut, and I didn't even get it yet. All right, boys. But yeah, no, thanks for being here with me and doing this, and thanks for inviting me, Melky. What, I guess 3 seasons ago now. So
to the actual league?
No, to the pod.
Yeah, we're this is season 2 wrapping up. Season 3 obviously will be out next fall. Yeah. And yeah, looking forward to taking another dysfunctional ride with you and Ba and Kevin and Nemo and everyone else that wants to be on this pod, because it's just simply fun.
Yeah, it's good banter, good humor, good fun. Ba, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. It's just, I love being a guest on this show. I mean, every week, you guys know I listen to this right away with my coffee, and I leave you notes all the time. So fired up. And then for anybody listening to this, please check out the new season of Mustard. The new episode, the season premiere just dropped. I listened to it. Fucking hilarious. That Ba guy cracks me up every time. And I'm actually really excited for our next episode this month to tape with our movie choices. So I can't wait.
Yeah, that Ba guy is pretty awesome, but I mean, not as cool as Melky. I mean, Melky just has this aura around him. Honestly, thank you, Ba, for supporting us, man. Like, I know you. Honestly, folks, he's our number 1 fan, and we want it to be that way because he inspires us to be better. He inspires us to be more insulting. You know, I almost wanted to shed a tear or two, but I won't, because real fantasy football players don't cry. They quit. They refuse to play. They take off their equipment, they throw it in the stands, and they do jumping jacks like a fucking bum.
Antonio Clown.
I love how you guys are talking about this Ba guy and this Melky guy, but I mean that better brother of King Calf, that guy's awesome, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean the guy that looks like the pirates from Somalia?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, man. King Calf, man. Look at me. That guy's awesome, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, out of all the hosts, he's definitely in my top 4.
Not in your top 6?
I don't know.
That's how you end this episode, folks.
No. The way you end this episode is you want to do it like that. You go, out of the 4 co-hosts, Melky is my 5th favorite.
That just sucked donkey balls. That's why you're not allowed to close the segments.
No, because
what the hell was that?
You've never heard jokes like that before.
I'm gonna put that sound effect when I do the audio.
Yeah. I better hear the Denver Bronco one when the Denver Bronco, and then I want this one here.
Oh, I have that, and I also have The Price is Right. You know when you lose in the in the show, or not the showcase.
I love it.
All right, but you know what? It's been an absolute blast, guys. Thank you, listeners and viewers, for putting up with us for 60 minutes. Well, this is longer than 60 minutes, but it's the last episode. We're allowed to do what we want. I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Ba, Kevin, Nemo, the network, Anthony, Sports For You podcast. They support us too. Check them out. They're everywhere on Facebook, YouTube, and all that other junk. I want to thank Fantasy Football for making life hilarious and fun. The NFL for having clowns like Aaron Rodgers and AB in your organization. They make news great for us. And last but not least, I want to thank my co-host Goobie. Thank you, man, for putting up with me. Thank you for, again, be my ride or die on this show. So I couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much.
I appreciate it, but you definitely need a champion in this podcast.
Yeah, what happened this year?
Doesn't matter. You still need a champion in the podcast.
Well, then I guess we're calling Familygate over.
No, that's true. You know what? Goobie's right, and that's why I'll be back next year. Okay, guys, see you later. Everybody, peace. Have a good one.
And there you go.
Ba's actually joining our league next year, so I can't wait.
Oh shit!
Drops the nail. On that note, that's Ba. There's Goobie. I'm Melky, signing off for the last episode. We'll see you next fall. Cry, Eagles, cry.
You bastard!
Let's go.
Hope they fly